Hello, everyone. Everybody calls me Waka Waka Doctor, and the reason behind that is because, as you well know, Waka Waka is an informal lingo that describes someone who is always on the move, and doctor for obvious reasons because I'm a medical doctor. So if you put that together, it's a medical doctor who enjoys traveling. I've been to more than 70 countries, visited more than 70 countries, and I've worked as a medical doctor in three different continents. I use all my social media platforms now to educate people as to how they can move abroad legally, the pathways that are open to them, the means that are open to them, how they can do it the right way, and I offer advice. Okay, so you can call me a migration expert as well. When I moved abroad for free. I got a job that sponsored my visa, and having lived in about five countries and worked in those countries, you would agree with me that I've got the expertise to be able to share with you and advise you. My word is not 100%. You don't have to take my word, but I will just offer advice based on my own experience. I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm just an expert that I've been able to form my own opinion based on the experience I've garnered over the years. All right. A few things. You can find me across all social media platforms, by the way, just in case you're wondering where can we find Waka Waka Doctor. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter. If you just put Waka Waka Doctor, you would find me. In fact, just Google Waka Waka Doctor and you would find me. People want to move abroad because they often find that where they are at the moment is not providing them with what they want. Okay, and everybody feels that the other side is green. It's not necessarily that way. The other part, the other side might not be green if you don't listen, if you don't do your own research, if you don't search to find out and hear from people and read books and listen to videos. It might not be green. You need to ask yourself several questions before you decide, to take that move abroad. You need to ask yourself, why do I want to move abroad? Is it because everybody's doing it? Your sisters, aunties, brothers, uncle is doing it, so you want to move abroad. Is that the reason why? Let me tell you a story. When I graduated as a medical doctor, I was underpaid and overworked. I was earning peanuts and seeing loads of patients. I was doing two jobs, and my salary at the time wasn't up to 150,000 naira. It was about 120,000 naira, a little bit less than 120,000 naira, two jobs. And I saw an advert that gave me my first opportunity abroad. It was a visa sponsored job. I got paid in foreign currency. I got paid leave. I got accommodation. I got tickets. Air flight was sorted. It was amazing. So, my reason for wanting to move abroad at the time was money. I tell people, I don't hide it. My reason for moving abroad at the time was because I wanted to earn more money from my job. So, why do you want to go abroad? Is it because of security? Is it because you're thinking about the future of your kids? Is it because you want an opportunity to earn a passport that is stronger than the one you have now? Is it because you want access to basic amenities, education, water, electricity, good roads? Is it because you want, good healthcare system as well? Or is it because, you want an opportunity to boost your career? You want an opportunity to elevate your career? Or you want more money? There's no shame in it. Why do you want? You need to be able to answer that question. Now, the next thing is how? How would you make that dream a reality. You are paying agent. You carry your hard-earned money and give an agent that is in the same country as you are. That agent has never entered a plane before. That agent has never boarded a plane before. That agent has never seen outside the shores of his home country, but you're giving that agent money to help you facilitate your move abroad. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 1 year, 2 years, no return. Then you understand that it's a scam. Or they say, oh no, it's Canada visa I want to do for you. It's visa to Canada, but you have to first of all go to Burkina Faso. From Burkina Faso, we will transfer you to Libya. From Libya, you will cross over to Italy. From there, you will now take a plane to Canada. Haba, think about it. You are exposing yourself. You become vulnerable to stress. You become vulnerable to the dangers of illegal migration. You can die on the way. They can harvest your organs. They can use you for rituals, prostitution, slavery. You need to ask yourself, how would I do it? Someone is saying you have a job waiting for you in Canada. You didn't do interview for the job. There's a job. Pay me 5 million naira. Pay me $10,000. There's a job waiting for you in Canada. You didn't do interview for the job. How? So you need to ask yourself, how am I going to move abroad? You need to ask yourself, what is my budget? What is my budget? Sometimes you need money to move abroad. Other times you don't. But do I have a budget? Am I going to move alone? Am I moving with my family? You need to ask yourself these questions. When do I want to move abroad? There needs to be a timeline. You see, moving abroad requires a lot of planning. You cannot just wake up one day and say, I'm going abroad today. I need to be abroad in the next 3 months. No. There's a process. You need to plan. You need to take steps. How do you want to move abroad? You apply. You get a visa. Then you get to that country. Then you settle down in that country. There are various ways to move abroad. You can either move abroad, and the easiest way to do it is, number one, moving as a student. The easiest pathway is the academic pathway. Easiest. The second route to move abroad is through the skilled migration route. If you're someone who has a skill, there are different countries that have shortage of labor and require certain skills in certain industries and sectors. So the question is, do you have a skill? When I say skill, I don't mean I know how to run, I know how to cook, I know how to eat. That's not a skill. Are you in the healthcare sector? You're a doctor, you're a nurse. Are you in the tech industry? Tech, okay? Web developer, graphic designer, data analyst, data scientist, programmer, software developer. Are you a construction worker? Are you a plumber? Can you fit roof fitters? Heavy machine drivers, machinists, truck drivers, financial analysts, teachers. You need to have a skill. It is these skills that can offer you visa sponsorship routes, and you need to know, you need to be able to find those jobs. You need to be able to find those jobs. The next route is permanent residency, express entry, like the one you have in Canada, like the one you have in Australia, like the one you have in New Zealand. Then you can move through marriage. If your husband or your wife is a citizen somewhere, when you get married, you can follow them. That's another route. Then the last route, which I hate to talk about, I don't like talking about it, but it's still a route, and some people do it, is asylum seeking. I don't like it because you expose yourself to a lot of dangers. It's uncomfortable. You have restrictions. It's not the best. It's not the best. So I just wanted to mention it because it's worth mentioning so that you know that it exists, for educational purposes, but it's not one I would advise you to use. Okay? Now, when it comes to the academic pathway, some people will say, oh, I don't have money. The money required is a lot. If you have a degree from home, there are some countries you can go to and do your master's degree. You have a degree, a bachelor's, a higher national diploma. There are some countries you can go and do a second degree, a master's degree. And these countries will be free. Tuition will be free for you. Germany, Iceland, free. Brazil is free. Now, there's a rule that I always share. So long as where you are going to is better than where you are at the moment, you can move. It's not by the name of the country. Canada by force. UK by force. No. Is the place I want to move to now, is it better than where I am at the moment? So even if it is Togo or Ghana or Cameroon or South Africa that you want to move to, you are abroad. You are abroad because it provides you better. There's maybe more security in that country than where you are from. That's why I say you need to know why you want to move. You need to ask yourself why. Would that place offer me more in terms of money? Would it offer me more? I moved to the Middle East first. So when I say Brazil, Brazil. Yes, Brazil. Brazil has the 24th strongest passport in the world. Healthcare is free in Brazil for everybody. The rate of unemployment in Brazil is less than 5%. These are the things you should be thinking about. But if you want to go to other countries, there are other countries you can go to as a student as well. UK, Canada, Australia, Finland, in Europe, a lot of affordable ones. Affordable. Finland, Portugal, Italy, Sweden, Malta, that are affordable. And you won't break the bank. It's just unfortunate that we don't have a lot of time, but I've got loads and loads of videos on my YouTube channel that you can watch. Now, through the skilled route, remember that I said you need to have a skill. You need to have a skill. You need to ask yourself, what skill do I have? So it's important for you to pick up a skill. Pick up a skill, learn it. And there are several government websites where they hire people. Similar to what you have in Canada, Job Bank, www.jobbank.gc.ca for Canada. You have www.seek.com.au for Australia. You have workingermany.com for Germany. You have workinfinland.fi for Finland. Okay? You have workinestonia.com for Estonia. So you have a lot of countries have their government websites where if you have skills that are in demand, you'll be able to look for work. You need to have a CV that's appropriate for that country. Your CV needs to be appropriate for the country you're applying to. It needs to show the skill you have. It needs to show your educational background. It needs to be able to show who you are. This discussion, I can keep talking for hours and hours and hours on end. Moving abroad requires courage as much as it requires money. You need to think. You need to be smart. You need to plan. You need to take your time and decide. Don't let anyone trick you into taking paths that will lead to danger. It's unfortunate that I don't have a lot of time, but I hope that this would have buzzed your mind and given you an idea into what to do next. You can find me across all social media platforms, and I'm willing to come talk to you some other time at length. Okay, it's a pleasure to have spoken to everyone. I hope this video has helped you. It's Waka Waka Doctor here. Thank you very much. Cheers.